it's only going to make them a target right now as they are on the outer edge of the base of the zone right here. There's so much pressure on the line here. There's so much at stake. Can Commandment actually clutch up right now with Edgy? We've seen Edgy. Edgy has done so much for this team already. He is literally leading with solo individual points based off his own performances this weekend. But we know Commandment to be the clutch. And Mero, Revese2k, Deyy, they're still popping off. Another team wipe there. They're going to find the elite boys on the outer edge here at Pleasant Park. And it looks like they're going to be able to wipe this up and finish them up. Pick up the loot as well. Perfect here. That's another just delivery to bounce them back in because they actually needed all this loot here too. And look, they just find pieces of that trio there, but it's going to be enough to get them the loot to set them up here.
But then the zone goes back towards Commandment, Center, and Edgy, so they have a little bit of an advantage there, but Mero's team has the loot advantage. I saw Floppers, I'm seeing Cabbages. They have what they need to hold on, because with that elimination, they've now taken the lead. Or I believe it might still be tied up. No, I think they still one elimination behind, potentially.
They need one more.
They came in with a 2-elim need. They need one more elim to tie things up, but it is a trio v duo. Can someone stop Deyy, Mero, and Reverse? Because that's what it's going to take right now. Commandment, Edgy, they have the tournament in front of them. They are potentially going to become back-to-back runner-ups, and no one wants that. No matter what you do in life, that is such an unfortunate way to go down. Second place is so incredibly important. It's you have to be proud of it, but I know they want the win and they need to play for it. Revese2k also has a great loadout right now. They're on the edge of zone. If they get fifth zone, it's going to be very, very hard for Commandment and Edgy to come back from, but they're on different parts. They're not on top of each other, which means right now, the zone gods, the NRG, the luck could come into this one right now and see if they can do it, because, I don't know, Deyy, Mero, and Reverse are poised to the north. You have Edgy and Commandment on the south. Which way is half-half going to go if Commandment and Edgy can even hold on for that long?
It's literally going to come down to that right now as far as who can get this zone here. Commandment, if you're Commandment, if you're Edgy, you are praying the zone lands on you. You do not want to rotate as a two-man team. With the way this waterfront works out, you are going to be an open target here. Remember, where Revese2k, Mero, and Deyy are positioned right now, they can actually oversee the downhill that they're sitting on. They can look out and see everyone on that riverfront there. And there's so many other teams that can do that as well. This is where the lobby focus can truly kick in here. And guys, this is the final game. This is game number 12. After 2 days of grueling competition, it has literally come down to a 2-point difference maker of our top teams here in the final game. And it's not all over. They're trying to now find this one. Can they get this play to drop down? The piece control was good, but it was not enough.
And this is the confidence you need right now. They are playing for first, and zone pulls across. Neither
no one
of them
gets
get it. Deyy, Mero, and Reverse have to move. Edgy and Commandment have to move. Right now, Centered is down, but you know he is still IGL and leading that team right now. From beyond the grave, he is telling them where to go, where to rotate, up, down, left, right, and that is absolutely pivotal as well. At the same time, you've only got 2 players up, but you truly do have the brain power of 3, and looks like Commandment and Edgy are doing just that. They're rotating in front of Dubs, Mega, and Rocade. They're breaking their way in. I really want to see how this Storm Surge is looking once it triggers. They are the first ones in, and they might need to get some damage on the board right now. 50 players alive. NAE is staying stacked to the very end. Whether you're in last, whether you're in first, everyone is playing their heart out here today after 12 games. That is truly, truly commendable here. No one has started W keying. Everyone is still playing the best Fortnite they can, and Edgy and Commandment are going to need to right now. As Degen and Aegis looks like they're falling in the feed, you need these teams to stay up to get active. Can we have Kanata, Macwood, Bucky? Where are they? Are they going to run potentially into Mero's team right now? Because Mero's team, someone needs to stop them, and Deyy and Mero have been tagged up on the rotate. Reverse is taken over. There's a lot of focus going on right now. There are a lot of eyes on this area. Deyy, Mero, and Reverse have left their rotate pretty late, but if they make it, things are looking more and more set for this team. 2v3 monster. NA East, my heart can't handle this.
They're here. They have made it. They are just one step closer now, once again, to making this final rotate. All teams are going to start getting placement points here as well. And we're watching it. We're watching it right now. We're watching who can actually survive the test of time, who can outperform one another here in the final moments. And honestly, even for Edgy and Commandment, even if they make it that far, Mero, Deyy, and Reverse do the best work when they make it here. The moving zones, the final zones. They are virtually guaranteed elims at this point, because you know they're going to pop off, and they are clutch up savages. Like, this is where they play best Fortnite here.
At the same time as well, we've been focusing on the 2-horse race at the front, and it's even more so now. Jampa, Threats, and Rise in 3rd are down. DJ, Aegis, Skittles in 4th are down. Mega
Deyy
Dubs
finds
in
Acorn.
5th is still up. Deyy finds an Elim. This is genuinely down to Commandment's team versus Deyy's team. Nothing else matters at the top right now. No one can overtake them. They are battling it out. They are duking it out blow for blow. Every elimination you come up will be the difference. These two teams have been within 1 or 2 eliminations the difference now around top 3 for so long today. Deyy, Mero, and Reverse have played a little bit of catch up, and they need to push forward. The loadout is looking a little bit worse than what I originally thought right now, but Commandment, Edgy, they're not in the feed. They're not getting Elims, but they're not going down either. They are rotating. Can they run up the low ground as a duo, or are they going to change the playstyle?
Huge.
As Deyy is looking for it right now. Deyy's been a little bit quiet today. It's been the story of Mero, and no, Commandment is so low. He's almost down. Edgy's going forward. 3 builds. Edgy, you have to show us what you can do. You've been clutching up so many points today as a solo. You're going to need to, because Deyy is still getting points on the backside. Commandment gets some meds off. I hope Commandment has some builds in the back pocket. Deyy is falling behind, but Mero Reverse are leading the charge, and Deyy's picking up the eliminations. So is Mero.
My gosh.
They're charging
Edgy's
forward,
down.
and no, Edgy is down. It's all up to Commandment. He has to take on a full trio of the best
Mero's
players in the
down.
world, but Mero goes down. Deyy goes down. It's just
Deyy's
Reverse.
down.
It is Revese2k versus Commandment. Revese2k
There's no
put
way.
a target on his back earlier this week. He might get the revive onto Mero. He stood up in front of everyone and said, we're the best trio, and now Revk has to back it up. It looks like they get up Mero, but can he make it in? This is going to be so close. Commandment goes down.
Commandment's down. Edgy is down.
If Reverse and Mero keep pushing, they might have this, but Reverse is getting lit up as well. They both might go down early. Reverse is 5 HP. He goes back for him. He doesn't get it. Where is Mero in all of this? Mero has to hold on. This is coming down to single points the difference. 1 tick to zone. Mero, you stepped up in front of the whole lobby and showed everyone who you are. You need to hold on.
And there
He
it
goes
is.
down. They're both out. Was the extra placement enough, Monster? This is just too close.
Absolutely, and again, they had the Elim lead as well, and now on high ground, though, Saf, Avery, and Stretch are here to put down the pain and power of height. They've done it all weekend long. They have literally played for victory after victory every single game. And now we get to see them once again try to play for a big dub here. Avery's going to hop on down. He wants to get inside the mix here. Here comes the pump shot. That's a beautiful white tag. Scope goes down. And now it's time to finish things up and wrap up these last 3 teams. Can Saf, Stretch, and Avery close out in dominant fashion here? Avery's on fire right now. There's a beautiful pump and a finish. Get him out of here. Another team wipe off for Avery there. Aussie, this has been a phenomenal FNCS NAE East. I mean, we've watched nothing but pop-off fest. This last game couldn't have been any closer as it does come down to the final stretch here.
This could be a battle for top 3. Saf, Stretch, and Avery in 6th. Mega Dubs and Roque just went down. Saf, Stretch, and Avery need to win this for a podium finish. 3rd is on the line. Avery jumps out the
Saf
side.
is down.
Saf goes down. Stretch is up there. Avery, we talked about it. You have big shoes to fill. You jumped up and you took over the same spot. Can you happen from the high ground? Kaz goes down. Avery's doing everything he can, but it just wasn't enough. He played it so well. Kaz, Aspect, and Who Fishy get their 2nd victory out of the day. What a performance from Stretch, Saf, and Avery, though. Avery stepped up so big when it mattered, but it's the battle for the top spot. I don't know. Monster, 1st and 2nd, they went down close. I think Deyy, Mero, and Reverse got more limbs, but they needed 2 more. Did he get extra placements? Has Mero managed to do it yet again?
We might have seen another phenomenal finish, and again, it's going to come down. One team is going to walk away with an absolute heartbreak here, but you know what? We have to commend everyone that has played so far today, as exceptional as you guys have played today. Thank you, NAEs. Thank you guys for the awesome games. From Monster Defense, Aussie Antics here at the desk for the final stage. We're clocking out, but we're going to toss it over to Zeke to tell us who takes home this W.
First off, Monster Defense, Aussie Antics, thank you guys so much. You're absolutely incredible. Straight up eliminated it the whole day. Okay, shout out to Observers. Y'all crushed following these storylines, okay? Wow, so this literally came down to the wire. Going back and forth, both of these trios almost making like mistakes, but then pulling the trio back around and saying, no, no, no. It won't end like this. It can't end like this. And continue to push themselves forward. You know, Vivid, this was an absolutely insane final game to NA East. and we're gonna see the results in just a second. But I want to just get your initial raw thoughts here. How are you feeling?
I can't wait for this. Go on.
My initial thoughts, man, is, you know, Scented, Edgy, and Commandment have done so well in every single game at finding the surge, and I feel like in that last game, I'm not sure if the pressure got to them. They're veterans. They've been in these situations before. I don't see that being feasible. Maybe they misread the situation in some way, shape, or form, but pushing Flush Factory right there, man, I could see that there were 2 extra individuals there, so maybe they didn't understand the whole situation, but I was just like, no, this is such a bad idea, and ended up Scented going down, so they were just on the back foot that entire game, and I don't know if they have enough in them, in the points that they had prior to that game, to hold that first place victory.
I know it was honestly, it was so tough. We were all kind of watching the feed back at house thinking, why are they pushing Flush when you can see that clearly they're going to get, you know, kind of like third party as well. And I don't think they just saw it. I think they knew that eliminations were the game changer here. That was what Mero and what those guys, that trio, have been able to do the entire time. 71 eliminations going into this game. They knew they had that advantage. So I thought, let's pick up a few, get some points under us, and then go into the final end game. But it didn't work out. They were chasing at their tails the entire time, and it could have very well cost them. But, you know, credit where it's due to Saf's, Saf and Whofishy's trios there again. In the end game, they've been there kind of there or thereabouts for the entirety of this weekend, and picking up big victory royales there, and second place finishes as well. So those guys did brilliantly as well. But I cannot wait for this leaderboard. I am literally buzzing for this.
Right before we get there, we gotta relive some of these highlights coming out on the day. Day 2 of NAE's FNCS Finals did not disappoint at all. Gentlemen, walk us through the day.
And Victor Royale from Nosh, Nut, and Chucky seems like so long ago. I can't even, like, right? Like, there's been so much actions about the day. Like, I don't even remember them getting that Victor Royale there, but wow, like, that just makes me realize how hype all these other games have been.
Yeah, we saw that. Yeah, we saw some brilliant work from you earlier on, giving us a bit of a kind of how Aspect and Co did this. You know, kind of got the high ground and maintained, getting their victory royale as well. We actually saw, you know, Macwood and their trio as well. But you can see Bucky here at the end game. These guys, obviously, we had high hopes for as well. They qualified last season automatically, and they couldn't hold on. Even though they had, I think it was 15 eliminations, a huge elimination game. Here we can see again, Mero on top here, the high ground, and managed to sustain. I think this was the 17 elimination game, if I remember correctly, where it just changed the leaderboard completely here. Jamper Rising Threats as well, we mentioned earlier on, Vivid, another trio who have been, you know, been really consistent all weekend long.
Yeah, that attempt at a clutch from Mero right there, I mean, he grabbed a bunch of points, but if he would have got that victory out, wow. And then, of course, the final game here, Avery, Stretch, and Saffron height, but again, you know, Kaz, Whofishy, and Aspect playing a mean low ground and just finding the shots.
Here we go. We're about to find out who that. They've done it! I don't believe it! Let's go! Okay, this is unreal. Okay,
man.
So Deyy, Mero Revese, they are your NAE FNCS Final Season 6 champions, baby! 372 points, 77 eliminations, an average placement of 8.2. Vivid, how are you feeling right now? How's things your end?
You know, I love that they won, man. That's awesome that they won. But my boys, man, they were so close. 11 points separates the two. But when you look at it here, right, there is a 33-point difference in the placement category. But then there are 22 elims differences. So that alone is 44 points. And the elim potential of this team at the top here is just too good. Like, a stat that I want you to really listen to here is Mero has now finished with the most individual eliminations in 3 straight FNCS finals.
Wow. Wow.
Like, what? Hello?
That is crazy.
Yeah,
that is actually crazy. I mean, I think I'm looking at the leaderboard here myself, and of course, all weekend long we've celebrated all these kind of, you know, these incredible teams that have made it here to the finals, because it's no easy thing to do to get all the way here. We got to give a shout out to, you know, Asaf, Stretch, and Avery there, creeping at 3rd position here as well, qualifying automatically for the next FNCS as well with 303 points, 5 points between them and DGen's team, who have been there kind of there, you know, all weekend, particularly today. It just didn't really work out the last few games. They just couldn't get position, they couldn't get elimination. congratulations. We see our 11th through 20th as well. All these teams, Zeke, have got, you know, prize money coming their way for competing. But I mean, I've had such a blast with you guys. It's been so much fun to look at this. What a weekend of action. I loved it.
Man,
Yeah.
it is absolutely insane, Vivid. I'm just in shock. You know, I think for the trio here, Deyy, Mero Revese2k, I love that you kind of hit us with that stat. You know, 2 FNCS ago, I remember they get themselves that win. They found the llama in the water, and they win an FNCS. Last season, they had to give up the Axe of Champions, you know? To be able to hold that for a season and think, wow, you know, this is it, we know we've made it, and then have to give it up. And then a season later to say, no, come back home. You love to see it.
Yeah, I mean, that, like 2 FNCS wins, absolutely incredible, especially on a region like NA East. The level of play that they have to be at in 2 different metas, right? And even in the previous FNCS, you know, they didn't win the last one. They got 4th. You know what I mean? So, like, what does that average come out to be, you know? Like, that's incredible. They've been playing out of their minds throughout different metas, throughout different seasons, and the elim potential of this team, like, arguably, I would say that Sented's trio definitely way better in the placement category. They were way more consistent, but competing with the elims